Greetings and salutations. Welcome to Knife Chats with Tobias. Hi everybody, hope you're doing okay. I'm doing just great. I thought I would talk a little bit about some Case peanuts that I have here. Well, actually one of them is a Zippo peanut, but it was made by Case in Bradford, Pennsylvania. And if you notice, there's 4 of them here, and then there's a box here. Now, a while ago, I did that 10 times 10 knives video, and one of the things that I talked about in one of those videos was sub-collections. In that, how many knives do you have to have in order to have a collection or a sub-collection of knives or something? And the magic number that I kind of fall on is 5. And I was talking about how once I have 3, I usually move on to 5. And I was showing my peanuts, and I said, oh, I only got 4 Case peanuts. That means I am going to eventually end up getting a 5th Case peanut. And, well, as you can see from this box, I did get a 5th Case peanut. But now, what I wanted to do is show you how long it took me to get around to getting to that next Case peanut. Now, this is the order I picked them up in, I believe. This is the very first one. I know that was the very first one. Now, I'm not sure if this was the second or if this was the second, but these were the second and third. And I picked them up around the same time, and then I finally got this 4th one a little while later. And this one, I picked it up the year it came out, and this is a 2011 Case peanut in the peach seed amber jig bone. This was one of my earliest Case knives that I picked up. At the time, I was thinking I was going to have an entire collection of Case knives that were just an amber peach seed jig bone. It is their flagship material, actually. This, and I've mentioned that before. This is the handle material that Case really prides itself on, and it's their go-to. You know, if a knife is going to be made, it's going to be in the amber peach seed jig. So you would think that every knife they come out with, every pattern you would be able to get in the amber peach seed jig. That's not quite true, but it is pretty close, and that's why I grabbed it. And this was a peanut. It was probably 3 or 4 times more expensive than a Rough Rider peanut, and that was one of the things that was holding me back. But I gotta tell you, this is pretty impressive for a peanut. First of all, the bone handle was immaculate, and then you can see the fit there, and it's got a nice half stop on the main blade there, the nice clip blade. You got the nice nail nick there, and the action was really smooth. Now the back pen blade is a little harder to open, and I kind of preferred the way that Rough Rider put the pen blade in the front so you could reach both blades from the same side. This one, you kind of have to turn it around, or you have to know what you're doing, and I can usually just find that nail nick and pull it open anyway. So I don't have to actually turn it around. I can find it through muscle memory. But in any case, this is the very first one I got, and I was impressed with it. And it's like, wow, I wonder if I want to get more peanuts. And it's like, no, I'm just going to buy this one because I'm just getting everything in amber peach seed jig. And then a year later, this one came out in the magenta, magenta bone. It's also in the, I believe this is peach seed jig. Yeah, but it's a magenta peach seed jig. And they only made it in one handle material, the magenta peach seed, which is kind of pinkish, but I didn't care. And you notice it's got the new a different shield on there. Let me try and show the difference in the shields here. See that shield? See this shield? How the embossment, how it's embossed and everything. Just a much cooler shield, and I really like that. So it's like, and the cool thing about it was scissors. It had a pair of scissors, and I really like knives with scissors, so it's like I'm just going to go ahead and pick that up, even though it isn't in the amber peach seed jig bone. And at the same time, this one showed up. So yeah, this was definitely the second now. I grabbed this one second, and then shortly after that I bought the third one, which was the tangerine bone. But this one, I mean, you got the clip blade. Now the clip blade is in the backside. Both blades open from the front, and this one also has a bail. So this one has a different number than this one. This one is a 6220. The 20 is the pattern number for the peanut, and this one, I believe, if I can see it here, 6220 RSC. Now the R stands for the bail back here. They call this a bail, or the letter R stands for the bail, and then the scissors was the SC part. And to date, this is the only one I have in magenta bone, and this is definitely the only case peanut I have with scissors. Now I have another case knife with scissors, so that's nice as well. And that one is an amber peach seed jig bone, but I have never seen this one in amber peach seed jig bone. Do they make it in it? Maybe they do, but I doubt I will find one. And if I do, I probably wouldn't be able to afford it because they are expensive. I got this one at the price that they were being sold for when they were first released, because that's when I bought it. And so I consider myself very fortunate to have it. Now, shortly after buying this one, and that's why I know this was the second one, because I was really still looking for just amber peach seed when I grabbed this one. This one I ran across when I was on eBay. I was doing one of these searches where I'm searching for a case knife, and I've got the thing set for ending soonest, and I'm looking for a case knife that is going for a very low price that I could buy, that was in, again, amber peach seed jig bone. And this one popped up. It was an amber peach seed jig, but no one was bidding on it, and it was going for a really low price. And it's like, how can I pass on that? That is a gorgeous shade of orange. Later on, I found out it was the tangerine jigged, what is it? The corn cob jigged tangerine bone. And is actually made in 2008, but this was 2012 when I was bidding on it. So it was a 4-year-old knife. Somebody was selling it, and how can I put this? They probably paid more for the knife than I did when I got it on eBay. And I think I paid like 20-30 bucks for it, something really low. And so I really couldn't argue with it. And I was worried when I got it, man, is this going to be messed up or what? But no, the action on it was nice and smooth. Everything worked. There were no serious flaws on it. I could kind of tell that from the eBay listing. But the blades were nice. The knife had never been used. And so now I have one with the arrowhead shield and in tangerine orange. And it was my third peanut. It was 2012, and in a year I had gone from 0 case peanuts to 3 case peanuts, and it looked like I was on my way to building a 5 case peanut sub collection. But it just didn't happen until this knife showed up. And this isn't even really a case knife, as you can see. It's a Zippo, and now it's 2021. I see this knife, and it's like, wow, that is one gorgeous knife. And it was being sold through Smoky Mountain Knife Works. I think it was only being sold by them. It was kind of a special factory offering. I didn't think they would last very long. It had that single blade going down it, and that's really what got me. Is like, it's a single blade peanut. That's really the killer on it for me. And all right, it was Zippo instead of Case, but we know that Zippo owns Case, so I knew the knife had been made by Case. And so I was like, all right, that'll make a nice knife for my Case collection, even though it has a Zippo shield and a few other markings that are not the same as what you see on Case knives. Notice Zippo USA, nothing on the backside there. Don't even know of a date on there, but you can see it is the peach seed jig going on in the bone there. This is, I think, like a chestnut peach seed jig or something like that. But that, you know, I had this 9-year wait before I finally found a case peanut that really drew my attention. But then it was like, okay, I break out this thing about subsets. And it's like I'm one knife away from my case peanut subset, and it's like I need to pull the trigger. It's been 5 years now, 2021, 2012, 2011. You know, it took me forever just to get up to 4 case peanuts, and one of them technically isn't a case peanut. And so I went online and started looking for a case peanut that I liked, and I came across this one. But I also came across this one back here. The thing is I was shopping for a case peanut and found this one in the pocket worn. We see here, it is the pocket worn Mediterranean Blue Bone Peach Seed Jig Peanut 6220, and it came out January 12th, 2026. I'm looking at that thinking, do I want to buy it? Do I not want to buy it? And I went ahead and bought it. And then right after I bought it, you know, put the order in and everything, this little puppy shows up on eBay, and I saw that and it's like, oh my gosh. And the person had a ridiculously low starting bid on it. It's like, well, what the heck? I'll just go ahead and put in a bid. I'm not going to win it. In any case, do I really need it? I've already got another peanut coming, and I hemmed and hawed a bit, and then I went ahead and put in the starting bid. And lo and behold, 2 days later, the starting bid was outbid. It's like, you knew that was going to happen. But I kept looking at it going, all right, there's going to be a bidding war. I don't care if I've already got another case peanut coming. I got to get this knife. And that's really what happened. And the reason being is because I knew a little bit about it to begin with, and who designed it and everything else. Because this is the case peanut from 2004 that was a special factory offer. Okay, let me interrupt myself. Apparently, as with so many of these kind of special factory offerings, Smoky Mountain Knife Works did this knife on more than one occasion, and it looks like Case may have also released it beyond these special factory offerings of Smoky Mountain Knife Works. The one that a lot of people look at are the ones that came in the rattlesnake tin. This one did not, and also has the blade etch and also scroll work and everything else. These are the top of the line SFO Smoky Mountain Knife Works, and these were made in a very limited number. I don't know how many of the rattlesnake bone peanuts were made, and I'm not sure if they were just offered through Smoky Mountain Knife Works or not. I thought I'd make this correction now that I found this out. The other locations that I was showing were saying that the knife I was showing was the SFO from Smoky Mountain Knife Works, but apparently they were wrong, so I was wrong. Offering from Smoky Mountain Knife Works, and the design work on here, the rattlesnake bone design, was done by Brian Wilhoit. He's one of my favorite knife designers, so it's like, I got to get that knife. I really got to get that knife, and it'll look so good with my other case peanuts. And that's part of the whole knife collecting hobby part of this thing, that you get an obsession and you want certain things. And this one will like be the star, almost. I don't know which one will be more the star of the collection, because I've got some that you just don't see elsewhere. This one, kind of common. This one, you don't see it too often. They don't make a lot of orange ones. And you also don't see a lot of rattlesnake bone coming out from Case either. They did it for a few years and then they stopped. Now they have one that's a rattlesnake bone on one side and barbed wire on the other side. Oh, I'd love to get a barbed wire peanut as well. But that's a subject for another day. For right now, let's just take a look at this Case peanut. And you can see here, this knife is just gorgeous. And the action on it is fine too. You see here, 2004. I love the half stop on the Case Peanuts. And they got the back blade there, also with the half stop. Really just a gorgeous knife. The knife was never used, so whoever bought it for their collection. For some reason, they decided to get rid of it, and now it is in my collection, and I am really happy with it because of how nice and clean it is. Will this knife ever cut anything? Well, you know what? Just so you can say it cut something. Yeah, it cut something. And that's probably what it cut with the other person too. Whoever had it before me probably did the same thing. But that's, now we'll consider that my 5th Case Peanut. And if you're saying I'm cheating because this is a Zippo, not a true case knife, well, you'll have to wait because I'll show you my next one, which I consider my 6th Case Peanut, but you might consider my 5th. That'll be in the next video though. Talk to you again soon. Let me take just a second to thank you once again for dropping by and spending a few minutes here at Knife Chats with Tobias. I really do appreciate it, and I do appreciate any comments that you leave. So please remember to give me that thumbs up, and also don't forget to subscribe and ring that notification bell so you'll know when the next episode is up and running. Thanks again for dropping by. Really do appreciate your time here.